Hey guys! Today I went to Barnes & Noble with my friends and I bought like 3 books there. Then my dad let me order a book on Amazon, and I have a few books still on my TBR or my to be read list. So I'm just gonna make a short video about those books. Anyways, for now we're gonna start off with the book I ordered off Amazon, which is Out of Love by Hazel Hayes. So basically, I didn't really read the blurb, but I heard about this book, and it's supposed to be a reverse romance, like a bittersweet romance novel where you start off at the breakup, but you go backwards all the way to the beginning of the relationship. So you have all this tragic, sad stuff in the beginning, and then at the end, it's full of love, and you kind of see where it went wrong. So I'm hoping it's good. It sounds really good. Like, you've never heard of a book that starts at the end of a romance. Like, that's just something different, and thought it was cool. Then the stuff I got Barnes & Noble. You know, there's a lot of people that say Barnes & Nobles. Where'd the extra S come from? Anyways. The way...
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even go.
The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This is supposed to be about a girl who's, a girl whose life is going pretty good, you know? But then she gets assaulted, and it's like supposed to be about her trying to move on, is what I heard. Like, it's supposed to be sad. I thought it was interesting, so got it. I was fighting between this one and How It Feels to Float. Didn't know anything about that one, so I didn't get it. Anyways, next book I got, Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I hope I said that right. I have no idea what this book is about, so I'm gonna read the description, because I kind of just see it on Book Talk. You know, I don't really read blurbs or descriptions. I just like to get the book. If it looks cool, sounds cool, I just get it. Because every time I read a description or a blurb, it's always super corny. Like, do you see the front? He has a heart of ice, but for her, he'd burn the world.
What is that? What is that?
Anyways, I'm gonna read you guys the description anyways, because maybe some other people would rather have a description. See what you're getting yourself into. So I'll read it. Alex Volkov, I think that's how you say it, is a devil, blessed with the face of an angel, and cursed with a past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for the matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest. A crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So ominous. Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she's never stopped seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she shouldn't want. Her brother's best friend, her neighbor, her savior, and her downfall. Theirs is a love that was never supposed to happen, but when it does, it unleashes secrets that could destroy them both, and everything they hold dear. See, but hopefully the book is good, as everybody seems to think it is. Anyways, next book. What am I doing? This is the Find Me novella book for the Shadow Me series, in the second set of the trilogy because I read all of the first set and I really enjoyed it. So now I'm reading the second set of the trilogy. Well, second trilogy set. And yeah, it's supposed to be good. I'm not going to read the description or say anything because you have to read the first book. And the first book is like a dystopian YA fantasy romance where this girl, Juliet, main character, she has a deadly touch that
kills people.
and her parents abandon her in this insane asylum, and it goes from there. So check it out if you're interested. It's my favorite book. So that is everything I got from Barnes & Noble. So now I'm gonna show you all the stuff I still have on my TBR or my to be read. Of course, I have Shatter Me books, books 4 and 5. I still, oh, can I thumbnail this? It's probably not even gonna be my thumbnail, but anyways. So, Shatter Me has 2 sets of trilogies. I read the first set. This is the second trilogy set. This book is actually part of that. It's the novella. Then I need the 6th book, and I need another novella book. And then I will be done. I'll be done. Anyways, this series is very good. I suggest it. That's all. Then I have If We Were Villains by M.L. Ria. I don't explicitly know what this is about, but people like to say it's the better version of The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I read that book, actually. But I'm not very educated in all of the illusions that are in it. So I watched an analysis video on it. It makes sense. It's very, like, she put a lot of work into it, so I think it was written pretty well. But it just wasn't the best to me because I didn't really know much about the background of the book, so like I couldn't relate more to it. But it was a good book. But I'm hoping that this is a good book. I hear a lot of good stuff about this one, so I'm gonna read it soon. Yes. Then I have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, I think. Someone just texted me. It was Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa. You responded to my video about hardcovers. I see you. Featured. Anyways, I've never seen so much talk about a book series on Book Talk before. There's so much fan art for literally everything in this series. Like, there's so much. So, you know, I wanted to understand, like, what you guys were talking about. It's, like, about fairies, and it's fantasy. Couldn't tell you more than that. This is probably, like, my least high, grammar. This is probably, like, last on my list of priority reads. Like, I don't know why I bought it, honestly. Well, I know why, but I could have bought something else that I wanted. Anyways, then I bought The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I was forced to buy the special edition, guys. It was $30. Oh, this is by V.E. Schwab. I forgot it was by Schwab. I wanted to read Vicious by her, but I could never buy it. But at least I have this book of hers. This is supposed to be really good too. Oh, was I supposed to read the description for this one? I'm gonna go back. Rewind. When 19-year-old Huntress... Does she have... You know, people should do more of these pronunciations of words and names that are not like... that are made up. Because all the time you see in fantasy, they do these different worlds, these special things, foods, cultural things, but you don't know how to say it. Like, and their names are not common names, so you don't even know what's the right... Like, I know someone in this book or in another series of this author's, the dude's name was Rhysand, and everybody was saying Rhysand because they didn't know. So I think this is just something that we need, guys. We need a pronunciation page at the back. There's one book that had that, and it was very helpful. It was quite amazing. I appreciated it. Can't remember what book it was. It's on my shelf somewhere. Was it... Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Anyways, when 19-year-old Huntress Fair kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Bayer discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal, immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy, Tamlin, transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairy lands. An ancient, wicked shadow is growing, and Fair must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. Descriptions are so corny. Anyways, back to Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life. So I'm excited to read this one. I see fan art occasionally about this book, and it's so interesting. Everybody was obsessed with it recently. Well, not recently, a couple months ago. I'm late, as per usual, but I'm gonna read it. Ooh, where's the... Does it have a description? Is it in... Okay, wait, I'm gonna assume this is it. Okay. France, 1714. 1714? Wow. That's old. Anyways, France, 1714. 3 centuries ago, in a moment of desperation, a young woman makes a... These words, man. No, this seems like a real word, but I just don't know how to say it. Faustian. Bargain to live forever and is cursed to be forgotten by everyone she meets? What kind of moment of desperation is this? This is the worst thing to ever happen. Okay. Thus begins the extraordinary life of Addie LaRue, and a dazzling adventure that will play out across centuries and continents, across history and art, as a young woman learns how far she will go to leave her mark on the world. Leave your mark on the world. Remember that from Disney? But everything changes when, after nearly 300 years, Addie stumbles across a young man in a hidden bookstore, and he remembers her name. Wow. I never read the description for this, but this is interesting. This one isn't that corny. Oh, now the title kind of makes sense. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Because nobody remembers her, so she's just living. Like she's a ghost. Like she's nobody. Like she's invisible. Wow, that's kind of cool. Anyways, that is the last thing on my TBR. My to be read. But currently I am reading The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is the actual cover. You know, I gotta take it off when I read it. I'm not quite sure how to describe this to you. It's like, actually, I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna read you the description. Between life and death, there was a library. Ominous. Oh, I'm brightening with this whiteness. Anyways, up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels she has let everyone down, including herself. But things are about to change. When she finds herself in the Midnight Library, she has a chance to make things right. The books in the Midnight Library enable Nora to live as if she had done things differently. Each one contains a different life, a possible world in which she made different choices that played out in an infinite number of ways, affecting everyone she knew as well as many people she never met. With the help of an old friend, she can now undo every decision she regrets as she tries to work out her perfect life. But things aren't always what she imagined they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question: what is the best way to live? Okay, so I didn't get to the part yet where you realize that she's placing... Wait, her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger? When did this occur? You know, this is another thing. Why do they write descriptions that, like, you read the description and it's all of that in the first 100 pages until things are out of the description that you read and before you got the book? So like the first 100 pages are super boring because you know from the description what's going on, like, you know, and it's taking forever to get into it, forever to find the point where things get out of the description part and it's just the plot, like the wild stuff. See, this is another reason why I don't read descriptions. And while we're at it, I'm gonna throw in my last read. I should have gotten the sequel to this book, honestly, when I went to Barnes & Noble. Basically, it's called Daughter of the Pirate King. Can't remember who it's by. Oh, Trisha Levenseller, I think. It's about this girl, Alosa. She's obviously the daughter of the Pirate King, and I can't give you too much, or you'll know everything in the first 100 pages. She goes on this secret mission from her father, and she meets someone on this secret mission that she ends up falling for, but she's still trying to get her mission done. And that's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, this is my book talk, my book haul, my book update, and that's all I had to say. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you didn't, that's unfortunate. if you did. I'll catch you in my next video.